virgins dancing at the movies, 'cause it feels so mystical.
President Trump lashing out at the Democrats ahead of the House voting overwhelmingly only one no vote to release the Epstein files. And the Senate may vote on releasing those files as soon as tonight. Here's the president.
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter. It's the way you ask these questions. I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. But I guess I turned out to be right.
And now some big questions remain on why the Democrats, who were largely silent on Epstein while former President Joe Biden was in power, are now making this issue priority number one. Listen to these lawmakers, including the one Democrat, Stacey Plaskett, who got caught texting Jeffrey Epstein during a hearing years ago.
The Washington Post only shows you 30 seconds and takes from it one individual's name that I got from Jeffrey Epstein. You want to talk about texting felons? How often do you text President Donald J. Trump?
He full of He didn't even bring the House back in because he was trying to avoid us dealing with Epstein.
In trying so hard to hide the truth, Donald Trump has provoked the fiercest rebellion he's ever faced among his own supporters. It's all blown up in Donald Trump's face.
Okay, I just wanted to update the Senate floor. This is just now in. Schumer's unanimous consent request went through. So the Senate has now agreed formally to pass the Epstein bill to President Trump's desk as soon as they get it from the House. Kennedy.
Never should have been political. This never should have been a football that went back and forth in order for either side to weaponize and find some hideous predators in there that, if they outed them, would be politically beneficial. That is never what this should have been about. We're all at this table. We are all parents of girls. And it is so tragic that there were so many young women who were preyed upon over the years. In James Patterson's book, he talks about how everyone would whisper about what was going on. And I'm sure there were whispers in the Hollywood community, but rich guys like that have access. That's the only thing he ever wanted. He wanted access to powerful people who could protect him, and he wanted access to famous people who would make him look good. And, who knows what he was doing trafficking these young women. But if it happened with him, and if there were so many people on the list who would act as a shield, it could absolutely happen again. And as parents of girls, we need to be vigilant about that and keep our eyes on the people whose innocence and whose lives were stolen from them. This never should have been something where Hakeem Jeffries is like, yeah, well, Trump's chickening out now. It's like when he's just talking about harming Trump. He is hoping that somehow Jeffrey Epstein hated Donald Trump because Donald Trump was worse than Jeffrey Epstein, as opposed to someone who would use his power to put him where he rightfully belongs, which is in hell, where he is now.
Got it.
Woohoo, man, that's cool. Whoa!